just are you mostly focused on? What age group or what kind of people are you focused on, and why?
Okay.
And why that? Because like there could be so many other people that you can just give your services to, but why the specific demography?
Yeah. Okay, so I mentioned before children and teenagers. The reason why I do that is because I realized when I became a teen mom at 18, I realized there's a lot of emotional support I wish I had when I was younger, and I did not get it. And if I got that kind of emotional support, I would not have ended up 18 and pregnant. So for me, it's very important that I show up for kids and teenagers to help them have better life outcomes.
Hold on. Oh, yeah. Just connect. Yeah. But at least we're rolling here. Okay, yeah. oh, yeah, small mistake, but we're good, yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
So let's go on. Sorry to interrupt you, by the way. Just technical difficulty, but we fixed it.
No problem.
So, yeah, you said just because you saw like a lot of young people are lacking emotional support.
Yeah, my own self. I realized there's a lot of support I did not get. And I think it's amazing if other children can get the emotional support so that they can get better life outcomes and avoid mistakes like what I made. Yeah.
And what would you say like right now? Because definitely we're in a different generation now.
Yeah.
Probably like when that happened to you, it was also like a different era.
Yes.
But what are like just one of the most pressing issues now that you see like a lot of teenagers, like even in terms, because like for me, I can't remember like at my generation if people actually needed therapy. We didn't have those things. They were like, therapy, those are things that we used to just see like on TV. And then how, because even when you're touching on that, from our generation, we just thought if you're stressed, that's just part of life. So why is it now in this era that
there's a lot
we're in, like, and people seem to like, it's just like a common thing. It's like everyone is just having, therapy is just like standard, is a must. Like, why is it that important?
Yeah.
And we can't look at it as like just another stress factor that's always in life, and we can just face it and just keep it moving.
Okay. So I think the first thing to realize is that we always had issues, even in the previous times. We had issues, but then we never really took note of them, or we never really realized them, or we never really took them seriously. Yeah. So even the mental health issues, they were there when we were younger, or they were there when people were there, the older people when they were younger, but they ignored these things, and they would always say this person has a problem, and they would ignore them. They had their ways of dealing with people who had issues. Yeah, but then I think now we are more aware of what people are going through. The other thing I think is the lifestyle. The lifestyle we're having right now, or the kind of lifestyle people are chasing, is very, very competitive, and a lot of pressure is there. And so that's why kids are going through a lot, because their parents are busy looking for money, looking for career, and there's no much of community involvement in terms of raising children. And also the children are just not experiencing good relationships with their parents. So that's why most children have a lot of problems, as we would call them, quote unquote problems. But I think it's just because of how the lifestyle has changed. And that's why everyone is in this, what we would say, everyone is experiencing mental health challenges.
Yeah. Now, what's like the most common one? What's the most common factor that you think like just this is what definitely like the current generation, everyone just can't handle this on their own, and they need like that extra support. Because I'm sure like from your case, like just dealing with different people, you'd pick point like, okay, this is more common.
The first thing I think is that in the olden age, or let's say traditional times, people were very supportive of each other. There was a lot of communal support. When you have a problem, let's say you have a child and you don't have a husband, which was also not very common. People had partners, people had where you could leave your child. There was a lot of options in terms of support. But right now, people are very individualistic. And I feel like that's the main challenge we are facing right now.
Yeah.
Because if you're alone, let's say you have a child, you have nowhere to leave them. You have to look for a daycare. The daycare is costing some money. You want to take your child maybe for activities outside. You can't even just let them play outside. So you have to pay for something for them to do. So I think the individualistic mentality we have in this day and age is what is causing a lot of problems. We're not getting the support that we need, and we're not being able to tap into the community or the people around us.
Yeah, because I don't even think now you can start saying things like, you're telling someone's child what to do. We'll be like, my kid, mtoto wangu.
Yeah.
No. My
Yeah.
kid, I'm the only one who can discipline them, tell them what to do. But kitambo, like you've said, the
Yes.
community could be like, I see someone's kid doing something bad.
Let me try and direct them the right way.
Yeah.
And people would really be happy that you're helping them raise their children.
Yeah.
So I think now the factor where we're just like, no, it's me. If I make money, it's for me and my children. Like, we're not even there for each other. So I think just the aspect of not being together or working as a team, is really affecting us. Because let me just give an example of like the Muslim community. So most of them are very family oriented, and they live together in one big household. And you will realize that their mental health issues are not as much as the rest of us. So
That's true.
yeah. So
That's true.
that's part of what I think is the problem we're facing. Yeah.
Okay, and the only thing is that I don't think that's going to change anytime soon, though. Unfortunately, because so that means more money for therapists, of course, more clients, and everything. But for people now who are like, let's say, of course, your kid is going through something like that, or even like teenagers, but you have parents who are also like now old school, and they're like, they don't even believe in therapy. Like how, okay, what kind of advice would you give to such grown-ups? Because now they're the grown-ups and it's their money that they would use on therapy on their kids. What advice would you give them to understand like it's also important for your kid to take this, go for these services so that they can actually improve? Because unfortunately, like we've said, we can't control the environment anymore. The environment has already changed, and this is what we have to deal with. So if you have that old school parent who doesn't believe in therapy, like what would you tell them, like just to believe in like therapy sessions first of all?
The first thing I'd say,